Hey guys, what is up? Dave coming here with a new video for you guys. I wanted to address a question that keeps coming up. I wanted to address it again in a video because I don't know if I've actually addressed it in a video since Legends became a subject of Recode. I haven't. I've addressed it on Discord. I've addressed it on Facebook messages privately. I don't think I've ever addressed it publicly. And I don't want to, say anything that's incorrect or anything like that. So I have checked myself a couple times here over the course of both Nitto projects. And I believe I finally have it down to a science to give you guys a for sure definite answer. So over on the Reddit page for Nitto 1320, you can see that I got a question. So just a note. Going to a company like Congregate, like I talked about in my last video, how I want to move the game to Stencil rather than Adobe Flash eventually, might be risky as you don't want Glue Mobile trying to claim copyright on their assets. I know the game is long deprecated, but they still might try to shut it down if you go that route. Self-hosting may be better in the earlier part of the game. Other than that, very excited to see how it turns out. Thanks for the kind words, first of all, which is awesome because everybody's so excited for this. We're getting so many new views, so many new people on the Discord and on the websites. It's very awesome. I want to do a website overhaul. I don't really like the look of 1320 Challenge anymore for the website. I think it was poorly designed and it definitely could be done better. And we have a website designed for 1320 Legends and it's going to be completely different from 1320 Challenge. And I want to do kind of the same thing for Challenge that we have for Legends. But that's a subject for another video. What I want to actually talk about is basically right here. Might be risky as you don't want Glue Mobile trying to claim copyright on their assets. The short answer to that statement is Glue doesn't own Nitto. Glue doesn't own the 1320 Challenge assets. When Glue took acquisition of CIE Games, or was it C Games? I never knew if it was C Games or CIE. Either way, I'm going to just say it the way I say it. When they took ownership and bought out CIE, they actually only bought the mobile platform games. So they only purchased Racing Rivals, Cartown Streets, and basically the licensing for all the cars used in both games. Stuff like Robot's World, and that other like Kim Kardashian game that CIE was making or something like that, that bullcrap game. But basically, Glue only owns the assets for Racing Rivals, Cartown Streets, and that's really it. Other than that, it was all the licensing and stuff like that that they own for Racing Rivals. They don't own anything 1320 game series related. So that being said, this is actually still all owned by technically C Games, or better yet, better or worse yet, actually the old president of the company. Now, what you guys may not know is C Games doesn't exist anymore. Like if you go cgames.com, I think it was. I think it was C Games. cgames.com. And founded in 2010 is not correct. It's actually a lot older than that. cgames.com doesn't work anymore. If you go studios, not stupidos. So C Digital Labs is what they basically rebranded themselves. They don't actually do any game design anymore. It's just like stuff for hospitals, innovation, mobile platforms of application, and things like that. They still work with Nitto. They still work with Glue. They just don't work on games anymore. So it's all something completely different. I believe the original patents for the actual game code and all that for Legends Challenge and 555R is actually either in the old president's name or in one of the developers' names. So it's either in X's name or it's in Justin's name. It's not owned by anybody over at Glue, so Glue has no authority to shut us down. It would be up to C Digital Labs, CIE Digital Labs, to shut us down if they wanted to. We have had conversation with Justin in the past. He doesn't seem too intrigued by the project from what I know of from talking to him personally. He might be from talking to others. Then again, they have a big grudge against me because of all the hacks I made for this goddamn game. There were hundreds. There were hundreds of hacks. But I mean, as you guys can see, again, the game does work to a point. We just need to figure out the way to communicate with the game properly from a server. Once the game actually properly communicates with the server, that's when things will explode on development level, and it'll just be, in all honesty, it'll be a copy and pasting of code. That's literally what it's going to be. It won't be that hard once we have at least some sort of code back end working. But the short story of it is Glue doesn't own any of the assets. It's all still owned by C or the president or the original coders. So basically what all was acquired was just the mobile games by Glue. And, you know, that's just the short end of it. So we don't have to worry about Glue coming after us. We have to worry about these guys coming after us. But even if they do, it might jumpstart something for them to be like, wow, there's actually a want for this, there's a need for this. Maybe we'll work with them instead of against them. It's something you can always hope for, but you never know for sure what's going to happen. And then the other thing that we obviously have to worry about is Nitto themselves coming after us. Because Nitto, being a tire company, that's why we changed the game of 1320 Challenge. It's not called Nitto 1320 Challenge for us. It's called 1320 Challenge. We removed the name Nitto. Now, obviously, we still have their tires and stuff like that in the game, but I don't want to put their name on top of it, you know? If anything, I'd rather work with 1320 Video or, you know, some other big YouTube channel like Donut Media to get sponsorships for these games. But that's way down the road when stuff is actually working. So, in other news, basically, I'm taking 3 days off next week. I have some paid days off that I'm using, and I'm going to actually be working on these games for one entire day because these need it. We need 1320 Challenge back up and working so you guys can at least play what works. And, you know, we got to put some time into it. Personally, I don't have the time anymore, which is the point of the donation stuff, which I know I said the next video I post would be one giving all the shout outs to the people who have donated thus far. This video I felt was very important, so I'm going to do this as like the next video or the next live stream or right at the beginning of the next live stream, something like that. That'll be when the names and shout outs go out. Anybody who wanted to be anonymous, I won't name them, obviously because, you know, they clicked anonymous for a reason, but we're almost there. I have some talks with some people. I've looked into some of the local colleges, and I also have a few friends who contacted me when they heard about the project that might be interested if they think they can help out. So either way, guys, there's a lot of exciting things going on. Like it says right here at the end of the post, we got 1,260 feet in front of us until the finish line when it comes to Legends and Challenge. We're almost done. Challenge, we're like halfway down the track. Legends, we're still at the staging line. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.